Hey, this is Suzanne with Sweetser's Native, and today we are going to butcher some meat chickens, some Cornish cross chickens, and we do not sell these, we only sell honey. These are just for our family's consumption. We've got 27 Cornish cross chickens. It's probably going to take me the entire rest of the day to butcher them. I'm going to show you my setup, but I'm not going to show you how I do the butchering. There are already plenty of videos on that. And I can't remember if I said or not, but it's April 21st, 2018. So we have a busy weekend this weekend. There they are. This is not what we raised them in. We raised them in a chicken tractor, but I have them in here so that I can easily get to them. And they are big and they're ready to go. These are some old rabbit cages. I just stack these on top of each other when I get ready to butcher something, and I've already done 4 rabbits today before I started filming this. Essentials: a big glass of water, coffee. I personally find that I get really tired when I do this kind of thing, and I get physically tired as well as emotionally tired. So if you've never raised meat animals before, start off slow. Start off with like 5 meat chickens, because you'd be surprised at how much it tires you out. And it's not that it's physically hard, it's just it's a little emotionally draining. So right here I have some garden lime, and I just use that. I layer that over some of the stuff that comes out of the chickens and rabbits, that way it doesn't attract as many flies. And I have this setup that my husband made for me. I have not tried it out yet, but he made some cones, he made a stand. I did try this, and it did not work. They have one of these on Living Traditions homestead, but I couldn't find the dimensions or the angle anywhere, so we just kind of guessed, and it was not tight enough, so I had to go back to my old method. So hopefully I have better luck with these new cones. I've got some buckets here with peat moss in them. That's to collect the blood, and I'll layer some lime over that. I have my boiling water here. I usually skin chickens because it takes so long to pluck them by hand, and I have not been able to spend the money on a plucker. Even if we bought a kit and built the plucker, it would be several $100s, or at least a couple $100. So we just haven't done that yet. Gloves, and I always have spare gloves, and I've got a thing of bleach water here for anything I need to clean up. I have scissors. These are kitchen scissors. They cut through bone nicely. And then I have a knife here. I have 2 more knives that are sharp that I'll use as backup knives. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about it, but really sharp knife is your best friend if you are doing home processing of animals. If you have a dull knife, it is going to take you so much longer to get it done, and it's actually more dangerous because you're putting more force into it trying to get it to work, and you're more liable to have an accident that way. So a very sharp knife and another extra knife in case yours goes dull in the middle of processing. Got these tweezers here. These will get out pin feathers. And then I'm going to show you what I do with my ice, because as you can see, there's a really big ice chest. And, you know, if I bought ice for this ice chest, it might run me up to $10 for ice to put in this ice chest. And that really is an added cost to your chicken processing. I mean, if you wanted to do a cost per pound, you have to add that in. And so what I do is I take gallon jugs. And these can be gallon jugs that you've already used, or they can be new, it just depends. And then I put them in the deep freezer, and I'll put several of these in an ice chest, and they stay frozen. They cool the water to freezing, and because they're a large chunk of ice, they actually stay frozen for longer. The great thing about these is that you can clean them with bleach water and refill them if they, if the seal broke and you feel like it needs to be refilled. You can refill them and you can put them back in the freezer and use them again, and you don't have to go buy your ice every time that you do something like this. And I guess I'll go ahead and show you the rabbits that I've already done. It's a little gross, so if you are kind of squeamish, you may want to turn this off. These are my rabbits. Here's my block of ice, still frozen in the middle. And so I'll let those soak in water and for a little while, and then I'll clean them up a little bit better before I put them in the freezer. I usually let them soak in water overnight, and for the rabbits I like to add some salt to the water. It just helps pull everything out of there. But these shouldn't have to age too long in the fridge. That's another trick if you are raising your own meat animals that a lot of people don't talk about, is letting the meat age in the fridge for a couple of days. If you have to get a new fridge, it's totally worth it. Or an extra fridge, I guess I should say. You could buy a used one, because if you do not let the meat age, it just tends to be a little bit more tough if it goes straight from being butchered into the freezer. If you're pressure canning the meat, that's not really such a big deal, because the pressure canner tenderizes everything. I think that's about it for my vlog, my meat bird vlog today, and I'm gonna try to do these regularly on the weekends, because I just don't have time during the weekdays. My husband and I both work full-time jobs, but I want to show you that it is possible to work full-time and raise a lot of your own food in your spare time, and all right, well, I guess I will see you later, and don't forget to have fun. Bye.